Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the Life School Masterclass show. Today I'm coming to you from Cafe Lounge here in Brooklyn, recording this live episode for you, sharing some tips and tricks based on my experience and my journey as to how is it that we can unstuck ourselves, but also be able to follow our aligned journey and have the success that we desire, whether that is wealth, more financial freedom, a beautiful business that is soul aligned, a business that actually is contributing and doing good in the world. And of course, happiness and peace, which is really the new currency. A lot of people are realizing, including myself, that the new currency, that is something that we're all looking for as humans, is to be at peace with ourselves, at peace with the way that we feel, at peace with how we make decisions, at peace within the way that we are surrounding ourselves with people that we love, and to really nourish a relationship way out with self, but also the humans and the people around us. So some of the things that I've learned to be able to stay aligned in the journey is to absolutely learn how to trust our intuition, learn to have a practice where we are listening to our inner voice, and every wisdom that we get to access that is so customized and authentic comes from the inside of us, comes from the soul. And the only way to be able to realize and listen to that is to stay in silence, I should say, to be silent, because that's how we get access to the amazing wisdom that we all have inside of us. Some common practices, things that I love to personally do is, of course, take a walk, meditate, go to the gym, spend time alone, journaling. I love journaling. I've been doing voice notes lately as well on my phone, which happened to be a really great channel for me to record a lot of the great insights that I'm getting from this inner wisdom that I'm receiving constantly, so that I know what are the things that I want to focus on as I am growing and as I'm making the right decisions for my business, for my family, for my personal happiness, and for my inner peace. So those are some of the things that I've learned that are really important. Something else is to really understand that we have a lot of blocks that obviously subconsciously get in our way in the way that we're making decisions. So understanding what is getting in our way is definitely that awareness, is definitely the first step that we all need to know, so that we can then take the next steps to be able to either unblock ourselves, uncover that, or move on to get support. Because at the end of the day, I am a big pioneer of self work. I think that is the only thing that is necessary, because all the other areas of life that we want, like I mentioned in the beginning of this podcast episode, is at the end of or a byproduct of the self work that we all get to do as humans. Something else that I have learned is to be able to participate in as many soul conversations as you possibly can. Other people's other people are mirrors for us. So choosing mirrors in our journey to be able to conversate, and to be able to look back at some of the blind spots or the things that we don't see within ourselves is definitely something that's very helpful. And I've consciously actually done this for years, which is why I've always loved to talk to people. And I didn't always know why, because I was always growing. But being intentional now that I have awareness around what is happening with the right soul conversations, the right people that can help us grow and become mirrors for us, I've learned is the fastest path to growth, but also the fastest path to the results that we are seeking. Again, a lot of us are entrepreneurs, so we're very invested in our businesses. We want to always, create more impact. We want to create more income. And those two things are definitely aligned with all these things that I'm talking about, because I've seen so many examples of the businesses and people that I've supported, that people have grown amazing big businesses, but they're very unhappy. And it's not the business that it's really aligned with their soul calming. So, and when you do access this inner wisdom, and use all these different channels to be able to do so, then you realize that a lot of decisions you have made are probably made out of fear or miscommunication or a very low level of awareness. So once we start to discover that, then we can absolutely take the next step. So that's kind of all I had for you today. I like to keep my podcast episodes very short, and thank you for your support and feedback that you are loving the content. For me, I've always been somebody that's very foundational, and I like to speak fast, but also speak to the point. I don't like to go around the bush around topics. So that's what I felt I wanted to share with you today. If you feel called to be able to further connect so that we can become mirrors for each other, let's do so. If you feel called to share this episode, do so with other souls that you feel might get some really good perspective from today's conversation. And as usual, thank you so much for supporting the Life School Masterclass show. Don't forget to review, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.